Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It's your boy Beaky, and for you guys today, let's talk about a brand new deck build. In fact, this is the first deck I went ahead and made after the new expansion Alliance War was released. We're talking about a strength, intelligence, and willpower deck. Let's go ahead into the deck creator and take a look at the deck that I came up with and talk about its faults, what's good about it, and we'll jump in a few matches and see if we can't win a few matches or do I lose, and so on and so forth. First of all, though, I do need to mention that two of the cards in here are in here purely so I could test out the new cards. I have not had a chance to actually use Soul Shard yet because I just haven't drawn it in the last 5 matches I've played with this deck. The other card I have not had a chance to really get a chance to use yet is this one. So both of these cards are in here just for me to basically test them out and see how viable they are, but I just have not had a chance to actually see them in play yet, and nobody has used them against me yet, so I still want to keep them in the deck and see how effective they potentially could be. Now, as this is the Guild Sworn token deck, it obviously is a token deck. Simple stuff, Markman. We have Outflank here. This card I really do like, given to as a prophecy card. It gives a creature +2. So if you want to just quickly look over the deck real quick, you'll notice that it has a lot of prophecy cards. A lot of prophecy, a lot of supports. So if you were watching my previous videos when I was opening all the packs, I kept getting a bunch of prophecy stuff, and I said, you know what? I would love to make a prophecy deck featuring tokens, and that's what I came up with, a prophecy token focused deck. It doesn't have so many prophecies that I'm going to be 100% relying on prophecies, but I wanted to combine prophecies and tokens and any other cards that I got during opening in packs. And one of the cards that I thought was very interesting was the Battle of Clanman Keep. So this fills both players' lanes with 1/1 recruit. What I've done with this so far is I make sure I don't play this until I have Divine Fervor out. So once I play out Divine Fervor, that means that the creatures that I summon from this will obviously be stronger than my opponent's creature and make it a lot easier for trade. But what else is actually makes this card really interesting is if you play this into Unstoppable Rage with a Breakthrough, you've just given your opponent a lane full of 1/1 creatures if they don't have that many creatures out on the field. And it might work out quite well if you have something out there that you could use Unstoppable Rage with Breakthrough. One of the ways you can get breakthroughs with this deck is using improvised weapon from getting this guy on the field while you have a red and an intelligence creature out. Easy way to do that obviously is Guild Sworn Apprentice, a very good card. Prophecy Guard, summon, draw a card. I really think this is one of the best new cards in the expansion. I think this is almost an instant craft for everybody who's going to be playing in this attribute combination. So this card combos quite well with this to get the improvised weapon, and even not, I do have other creatures out there with breakthrough that I can work it out with, and we'll just go from there and see how everything plays out. I've been able to use Unstoppable Rage about to win 2 matches, but it's not the key to winning the match. The most way I want to win the match is mobbing the field, putting out the stuff like the pit line. I'm only running 2 pit lines right now because once again, I have Soul Shard in here. I have him in here, so maybe if I take out one of these, I'll add another pit line. We have Assault in here to draw our cards. And then a card that I really think from the new expansion that I underestimated when I opened it, and I think this card's absolutely been amazing for me. At first it says the wielder deals 2 damage, and I read it so quickly I thought it meant it deals 2 damage to itself. No, it deals 2 damage. So this card actually works quite well with cards like Black Dragon, who has Slay. You could use that 2 damage and it'll actually trigger its Slay effect and destroy another creature, and you can attack again. Same thing works right here with the Mystic. It could deal 2 damage to your opponent, and it could be like a pillar for effect. And other cards that I've thought about putting in here as well that could actually work really well with that combo. Let me just go back in here. Bam. And we'll go Willpower. And we'll go right on over. Where is my lady? I passed her. 1 second. Oh, right there. The slay effect works really well with her as well. So you could be able to slay 2 creatures and then potentially draw 2 cards and then reduce the cost if it's an action. So she was another option I was thinking about having in the deck if I take out those other 2 cards right now. I put this in here just because I summon so many creatures. If I could get a win off while using his effect, that would be just too funny. So I said, you know what? I'll throw him in there for the memes. He's another cards that I could take out, but new deck, new ways to mob the fields. I wanted to try it out. Some other options that I was thinking about trying out, but remember, this is the first day, so I know some of you guys probably have way better strategies than me, but I did not look ahead and look at all the cards, so I didn't make any decks before the expansion came out. She looks like a very promising card with expertise by keeping the deck low cost. I think she might be a better actual addition versus him right now. You know, take him out, put in, if I could get like 2 or 3 copies of her in there, and then that could work out quite well by playing her into something like Scouting Patrol with the expertise. From what I understand is, at the end of your turn, if you play the action, so as long as I play an action with her or item, I will get myself another 1/1 recruit, which will work quite well into my support cards. Now let me talk about the supports and the craziness that's happening there. This is more or less just me wanting to try something out. I know this is probably not the smartest thing in the world, but I have this, so I'm going to use it. So this reduces the cost of all my actions by 1. So far, it's worked out quite well in the sense of reducing the cost. I have not actually had 4 supports out at once because this deck does not intend to last that long. So the effect of summoning 2 East March Crusaders, I probably won't actually even happen while we're about to jump into the matches. But what I will actually get to happen is I'll have Divine Fervor at 4. I'll play this at 3, then I'll be able to play this at a lot cheaper cost, and maybe even play this and play something like Mark Man or Scouting Patrol together at the same time. And now I really like that combo, be able to play this a little bit earlier or play it with another card at the exact same time has been really to my advantage. So far I think the reduction cost here is quite fun. I only have 1. Summoning in more of them is going to be costly as they are legendary cards, and I already used a bunch of my soul gem, so I would need to get some more soul gems. I don't know what else to summon yet, but I want to start off with this Battle Mace, because I've never been able to use a Battle Mace in a token deck like this before, so, you know, I'm just going to try it out and see how that works out. And I definitely did want to do the Prophecy stuff. Like I said, I think this card is actually a lot better than I expected it to be. I did not regret crafting it so far. You just got to be smart about playing into it. I only have 1 of these right now, so I'm only running 1, and I don't want to depend on it. You know, the rest of these cards are obvious. I'm going to be playing a mob in the field. I might as well play into, you know, Merrick. You might as well play into Radiant Party. They're playing this simple same stuff to draw cards out. What makes this deck different is the fact that it does have so many supports and it has so many prophecies, and it's 75 cards token. It's not like this most aggro card. So here we go. Let's jump right into a match and see how does the deck perform. I'm playing as the Great Mane. My opponent is the the Prince of Order. We will keep you, the Camp. We'll get rid of the other 2. So we'll see if the Camp actually comes into any play if I get another support. We get the Mark Man early. I will go from there. So once again, I am expecting this to not go the greatest possible as possible, but we will still do our best. See how things play out. Wonder if my opponent is playing orcs or something else super aggro. And we will play into that. Hopefully we do get pit. If we get pit line next turn, I'll play into pit line before I play out forward camp. Because forward camp is not going to win us the game.
The stench of the living.
Unless we get those supports and get them early. So for now, we'll play forward camp. It's one of the new cards, one of the cards I want to have. Hopefully we get the support we need, and then we'll get to be able to play it for cheaper. Maybe my opponent goes ahead and tries to remove it using silence or some other way of removing the support. I'm going to lose him right here, but that's not the end all be. So I think we can leave with losing Mark Man right now. We don't have much ways of being aggro anyways. And losing the Protector of the Innocent doesn't seem to be advantageous right now. Yes, I could trade with Stalker, but once again, this is a heavily prophecy deck, so if I do lose a rune, it couldn't be the end of the day. I just really wish my opponent would actually go right now. Something I've been doing a lot, like when I be playing on mobile out, is I just forfeit so many matches if my opponent just wastes too much time. It's It's like my time has become so much more important when I'm playing on mobile. On desktop here, I'll sit here and wait for them to go, but mobile, I'm like, alright, next match. Find somebody else to play.
If we die, we die together.
Okay, so it's a beast deck. At least I know what it is. Alright, so.
Preparations have been made. We'll see how they like someone who fights back.
Now that I know what it is, I probably should heal myself up so he does not have a way to take too much advantage of that right away by breaking my runes. I will trade Profiteer into these if I must. Interesting. Interesting.
Wrong place for a midnight stroll.
Squash the Wimpy. There was not what I was expecting to see.
I'll profit from your death.
I'll take you with me.
Oh, for all the times he squashed the Wimpy, I didn't think that was where we were going to see it. So mobile, this one right here is a prophecy card, so that's why it's in the deck. I'm running out of cards in hand. Fell off the Mighty.
I'll take them with me.
That gives us into a 3/6 right here on her. She can't be killed with a Fell of the Mighty.